First of all, Power Rangers don't like water bottles, now it's tennis balls. This is the episode of Tooth Hurts, or The Tooth Hurts or something, and this is a Power Rangers Dino review. Dino Charge review, there you go. So it opens up on Riley doing his kind of like training, all his kind of athletic sports thing, and if he doesn't do something right and he kind of messes up, he switches and does something else, and it's basically a training montage. Then it cuts to the ship of Poisonita or Poisonetta. I don't know, I'm just gonna go with Poisonita. I probably got it wrong, but she's on a ship now and she's basically trying different wedding cakes, and you know, she's like, oh, I need to for the best one ever, and Cavity, which is the monster, which I will probably forget through the entire review, but he's like trying his best making these cakes, and suddenly makes this perfect cake that has so much decay and rotting in it that when you eat it, your mouth hurts and your teeth really glow purple and they go, oh, hurt it, oh. So this entire thing, you've got what, I can't remember what this little monster thing is, but her best friend buddy system thing, whatever it is like going, it wants to eat cake, and then when all the cakes go into the bin, he dives in and tries to eat it. So remember kids, if you see cake in a bin, don't eat it, just don't. No, don't. Dory walks in and he's like going, oh, what are you doing? And then he tries the cake, he's like, oh, it needs more vinegar. Again, I'm guessing that would be a very bad thing. And then his teeth hurt. And Poisonita or Poisonetta is like, yeah, son. Sledge enters, sends Cavity down to Earth. Then switches to Chase and Riley kind of training. Chase is just chilling, where Riley is doing the same thing as he's always doing. He's hitting the balls constantly, the tennis balls. And Chase is making noise, and then basically Riley has a go at him, says he doesn't focus, which, to be honest, I think we covered in the last episode. But literally he's saying like, you don't train, you don't do this, and then they all have an argument, and then you see the tension slowly building within the actual group, and then basically they go off and do their own little things. We are now given more information on the Energems. There is a gold one that they have found that they're looking for, and it is the pterodactyl, so obviously we're going to see that very, very soon. This is when like Shelby picks up 3 cake samples, and you just hear this really weird voice. And first of all, I know this is, we're going to cover this, what, you would notice that your chef's gone and it's replaced with a different voice, especially with when you see the monster in it. You would know with, I don't know what, maybe the cloaking thing, they can't really see that well, or they just ignore it. So literally, I love Tyler's line when he was eating this like cake. He was about to eat it, and then Riley knocks it out of the hand and says, don't eat that, because he's noticed all around everyone's got toothache. And Tyler's just response, thinking it was something like, okay, and it tastes of nothingness, is something, I like this, it just makes it feel more like there's sarcasticness, there's jokiness, there's everything in this that makes it fun and makes you want to keep watching. So this is an awesome part of the entire show, and I can't wait. And to be honest, it's something that I would probably say if someone did that to me. Literally, they see the monster at the end, they chase him out of the cafe, and then you've got Chase and Riley, they go off, they chase the monster. Way! How many chase jokes are we going to get in the entire review or the entire series? It's going to be a good one. They morph, they fight, they fire the blasters, and again they argue at points because they obviously have disagreement with training. You can also see like this kind of like build up this tension between them, because when one makes a joke, the other one takes it personally, or when the other one points something out, they take it personally again. So this is starting to build tension and kind of friction between the team, but we know what will happen. It will fizzle out and they'll become best friends at the end of this. It's Power Ranger Logic 101. During this time when they're fighting, you've got Tyler, he's like kind of helping out, he's kind of battling the monsters, or the minions should I say. When this happens on, the other guys are arguing, and all of a sudden they have this dynamic where they just kind of split and like, I'm done with this, not bothering it with anymore, bye. And that's kind of it. It then switches back to the cafe, which Kendall and Riley are talking, they're analysing the cake, they're trying to find an antidote to stop pain in the teeth. So this is one thing where we're analysing everything from where if it's the frosting to the cake, and then basically Chase just clears it away, doing his job, not actually doing it out of spite or anything. And then Riley just lays into him, and to be honest, he's now becoming a bit of a dick. I hate not liking it. Chase is like saying, look, this is simple. It's you eat the cake, you get the toothache. And Riley's like, no, we have to analyse this. We have to, it's either the frosting or the cake. Yeah, you know, we have to work this out. And then they have this massive argument. Kendall then says, just get out of here, just go. Don't come back until you've sorted this problem out, which normally would be a good thing when people heat up argument. You can tell that Riley's that kind of guy that's bitter, because when Chase just goes, right, okay, I'm out, and then goes off in a skateboard, Riley goes like, you're not allowed to skate. course, but he's doing something to calm himself down, because if I was in that situation, I'd get very angry. I'd be a good Power Ranger. I would just take all my anger out on the bad guys afterwards. Oh, my team's annoying me, just take them out. At this point, like, Keeper appears and he's talking to Riley. He's like saying, look, what's the matter? And Riley's like, no, well, you know, Chase does something completely different. Basically, the moral of this part of the thing was, like, even if you're two different people and you want the same goal, you may go through different things to get there. Two different paths equal to the same journey. Just one takes the high road, one takes the low road, one takes the smooth way, one takes the crocky way, which is the dangerous way. But still, they are coming to the end, you know, to the main goal. And if that's the main thing, they should just concentrate on that. Poisonito or Poisonetta and the monsters are basically talking. And now, you know, Cavity's like, look, I'm really angry about this, like, I don't care what you think. He goes then like this Super Saiyan or super evil person with purple, and then basically gets rid of his chef gear and then goes after the Rangers to defeat him. Chase basically finds Cavity. He thinks, where would he go for the most destruction, and finds him. He morphs, he then shoots him, and he has a little bit of a battle. He runs up, fires his blaster at him, but gets him back because of the teeth, and then the Cavity shoots him with the beam ray that basically hurts your teeth, and he demorphs, and he's like, oh my god, it hurts! Oh! So he's kind of indisposed. He can't do anything. The others show up, and then Riley deflects all the attacks, and literally, you know, he's like saying, I'm sorry, you know, I thought you were doing this. And Chase is like, well, to be honest, I'm not. I'm being the guy that, you know, it is going out and finding. I'm not just this person that you think I am. One thing I did like is that the morph. So Chase is like, oh, my mouth. And when they morph and do the roll call, you can see that it's probably the Sentai footage, but literally they've also incorporated it into it. They kind of like, Riley walks up to him and goes, no, don't worry, Hot Shot or Big Shot, don't worry. You know, next. And then they do the morph call, and then when they do the whole posing, he's like, oh, my mouth. I thought this was quite cool. So again, you have more fighting. Chase and Riley combine the weapons and the batteries, and then literally say, look, this is what we need to do, and they come up with some brand new attacks. So it wins, you know, the spell wears off, or the effect wears off. They call the Megazord. Chase and Riley are like, look, you know, we need to get into the cockpits, we need to distract them. So they do. They end up having this whole new Megazord, and in fact it's just the Stegosaurus' tail that turns into a sword, and then they start attacking. As it's wrapping up, you've got the whole thing of, which always happens, Riley apologizes to Chase, and he's like, look, you know, I'm really, really sorry, you know, you got your way, I've got mine. And then he's like, oh yeah, I was listening to my music, sorry, what do you say? And Riley's like, oh, it doesn't matter. Rangers then all turn up, they do all their kind of, like, we want to train with you, we want to do this, we want to do that. And they just have fun training and jumping about and having exercise. And that is pretty much the episode. I like this. I didn't see any gripes. I like the way that the editing's got so much better. It seems to like they're paying attention, and this entire episode was actually a lot of fun. It's interesting that you put cake, fitness together and it shows out. So, but you should show the Rangers actually training rather than just being sweaty. Instead, we've just come back from training, and it kind of resembles back some of the older series when they are actually doing stuff rather than just sitting around or just appearing when monsters attack. So this is a great one. I would recommend definitely checking out. It's a very, very good season so far. Definitely, it's kept me entertained that I want to watch the next one, so I can't wait to see the next one. Now, Rangers, your question today is, do you think this is a good episode, or do you think this is a bad? Let me know down below in the comments, and if you've liked this video, Rangers, like, favourite, comment and subscribe. Check out Yats Games and all that lovely goodness, and as always, Rangers, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in a bit.